Welcome to my channel. I don't even know. Jeez, it is not easy talking in front of a camera. People make it look easy. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I've always wanted to start a channel, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could do it. It's probably my toxic trait, thinking I can do just about anything. Let's see if we can get through this video because I have some things I want to talk about. All right, so as you can see, the title, everyone's in on it. It's something that I've been thinking about for years. I don't know if I should say this on the internet, but it was one time. It was the thought originally came to me when I was on a shroom trip, and it kind of came to me. If anyone's on shrooms, you have all these thoughts just coming in super fast, but clear like stream of conscious. They just are hitting you, and you're just so open to receive in that state. And the thought was everyone's in on it, but nobody knows they're in on it. And something happened to me this weekend. So I'm out and this we're waiting to get onto the elevator. And there was a group of people coming out. They're not all together. At least it was a pretty big elevator, so at least about 10, 15 people on the elevator. And people were coming out. I didn't know who was behind me, but I guess it was a bunch of maybe I think maybe about five gay guys, all black. I didn't know they were behind me at the time. But then when I got into the elevator, I see some of them screaming out the elevator at someone who just exited the elevator. And I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? What happened? And they're like, oh, she was like, this woman, I guess she was white, and she was like, oh, it must be gay night, you know? Of course, I'm the one she's the first person she sees coming out of the when she's coming out of the elevator. And I guess there were five guys behind me. I had no idea they were even there. But honestly, these guys weren't super flamboyant. Of course, I'm going to know my people, so I would know they were gay. But this isn't something that like easily stated. They could have just been any kind of guys, but I guess with me, and then yeah, of course, some mannerisms. But you had to be paying attention. You were literally just exiting the elevator, so it was so quick. I'm not even sure how she managed to assess it that fast and then spew off a little bit of hate. They gave it back to her. She obviously kept walking, and whoever she was with decided they did not want to go down that road. Otherwise, it would have been a different story, uh, and a different title. But obviously kept walking. Her peoples walked, and I told the guys because I didn't hear what she said. I didn't hear anything at all because I was the first one to get onto the elevator, so I didn't hear anything she said. But it just made me think. Here you out are here she is out on the town with whomever she chose to be out with. She sees us and she has to say something in hopes, I'm assuming it was in hopes to add some negativity to our night because we were just getting onto the elevator, she was just getting off. We would have never had to exchange anything. In addition to that, this woman completely forgettable. I couldn't pick her out of a lineup if she was the only person in the lineup. And this is why people do that kind of stuff. They choose to get your attention somehow because they see you made them stop, you made them notice. And now they're upset about that because I didn't make any eye contact with her. I'm sure none of us probably did until she said something. And now we have no choice but to look at her because now she's exerted herself into our lives. Other than that, we would have never known. But same token, since you actually have that light, guess what? People notice you once you walk in. They can feel your energy show up in the room before you do. And some people really have a problem with that, right? Some people don't know how to feel when you have penetrated into them, penetrated into their barriers, into their world, made them notice you, even though you've done absolutely nothing. You haven't tried to make them notice you. You just walked in, and all of a sudden now they're noticing you. They're upset by that. So when I say everyone's in on it, but nobody knows they're in on it, she is playing this game, right? We're all energy beings, and people are moving into society like no harm, no foul, or like it's a video game. I feel like people are so loose now with their negativity and the hate they want to give off, and they want to join a regime or who they think is the winning team, and everyone's cementing themselves into a storyline, they're creating these ripple effects in their own lives as well. Because yeah, maybe we walk past her, but she may not get so lucky the next time. She may find some people who are absolutely with the shits. So with that said, when I say everyone is in on it and nobody knows they're in on it, since I know who how I show up in this world, I know you look at me, people look at me, they know, okay, wow, she's dating women, or, and people may have a problem with that. And so now people automatically want to show up in my, every time they encounter me, they want to show up in a certain way so I can know how they feel. Whether it be like, these are actual things that have happened to me before. I've had, I'd be walking past some guy and we're just both walking on the sidewalk, and then he comes out and lets out a huge, like a loogie. He spits into the fucking grass, not in my direction. Doesn't look at me. So even when I make eye contact, he doesn't look at me. He doesn't say anything. He just carries on. But I'm like, is he trying to, like, was that supposed to be like some form of negativity? Was that supposed to be hate that you were trying to? Was that you letting me know you don't agree with my lifestyle, as though I needed and I cared? Like, I wouldn't even have noticed you. I wouldn't be able to pick you out of a lineup if you were the only person in the lineup. But here you are wanting to insert yourself into my world. People are doing this kind of stuff. I have had situations where people just, I'm walking down the street and they have to scoff at me, or they just look at me and give me a dirty look. Like, for what? For what? Everyone's in on it, and they're in hopes to what? To tear me down, to tear people down. And maybe for me, people say, well, that's her lifestyle and that's what comes with it. Yeah, but listen, if you have good energy, if you are vibrating high, you're going to experience this too. It doesn't matter. It can be, that's what I'm saying. People want to say, oh, it's because of your lifestyle. Oh, that's why. But then you can be black and then you're having similar experiences. Or you can just be a high vibrating individual and you're experiencing it. You can be beautiful and you're experiencing it. So everyone's in on it. They have, we have these prejudices that we're taught. People tell you which side you might want to be on, which side has the easier run, which storylines are easier. If you choose to live a life in a certain way, you have an easier go at it. So some people start to make these choices, but they don't realize exactly how energetically intertwined we all are. So yeah, you may think, yeah, you're showing up as this person with this storyline. You're playing this character, you're playing this role, but as an energy being, the yin and the yang that's constantly happening, whether or not we see it, because we have an invisible world that's happening around us as well that we're all a part of. And when I say nobody knows they're in on it, nobody knows the ripple effects that their energy, that character they're choosing to play, that energy, how far it's going to go out into the ether. So, listen, I choose positivity, I choose alignment. um, I'm with the shits, so it's not about, we're not going to ever, we will meet you with the resistance if it has to come to that, but no one's looking for that. People pretend like that's what they want to give off into the world, but it's so silly. Who wants to live a life like that? Who wants to show up to life so negatively, constantly judging everybody, constantly looking down on people? Who wants to show up like that? And honestly, who wants to be friends with somebody like that? But I'll elaborate more maybe in another video when I get better at this YouTube thing and I can actually just story tell and speak to the camera a little bit more easily. But if anybody understood what I was talking about, if y'all can articulate it better, I'm better at writing than I am at speaking. So another reason why I'm starting this channel. So maybe I can get better at public speaking. But if you're better at, maybe writing, share it in the comments if you understand what I'm saying. Everyone's in on it. So it's important for us all to know which roles we're playing and know that there is an invisible ripple effect of all of our actions. It's going into the ether. We're sending it out, and we should be more responsible with what we choose to send out. I don't know. Maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I'm not. Uh, Hit me in the comments. Let me know if you know what I mean, or like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.